Most likely, you've heard it from motivational speakers and stock market millionaires that we need to pay ourselves first, right? But we never heard it from our high school economics teacher. Perhaps because they didn't think retiring early was an important enough lesson to be taught to students. One thing is for sure, change begins from the moment you decide that you don't want to live an ordinary life anymore. Don't be discouraged, because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. Before we move on, make sure you press the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on anything related to finance, money, and stock market investing. Welcome to 5-Star Finance, the place where we teach you about financial freedom. Paying yourself is the single most important thing you must do to become financially free. Most people figure it out too late because they were never introduced to the idea of achieving financial freedom or retiring early in the system we live in. This is the reason they fail to invest in themselves and their retirement, and they lose out on the benefits of the compound interest. What does paying yourself mean? Every value investor needs to be investing for his retirement. Paying yourself basically means that you need to prioritize the major part of your income towards your savings goals rather than just spending them for instant gratification. That also means that when you receive your paycheck, a percentage is immediately set aside for yourself before you start paying your bills and other stuff. Now, it goes without saying that this may seem counterintuitive to some, but it should be on the top of your priority list if you are to retire early and live those golden years happily. Now, the amount you should pay yourself will vary depending on your situation. Obviously, it is going to depend on your age and retirement goals. Normally, 15% is a reasonable amount. For example, if you are earning $5,000 per month, that means you need to take out $750 to pay yourself before you think about paying your bills. It is obvious that if you want to live a financially free life and to retire early, you want to increase that percentage over time. The major reason the majority of people fail to plan for their retirement and they are just dabbling their way through life is because they were never taught anything substantial on financial literacy by the system we live in. Value investors need to cut off a major portion of their paychecks so that they can pay for themselves. Retiring early. Now, the million-dollar question remains: how can paying yourself first help you achieve financial independence? Firstly, when you start saving up money from your monthly checks, you're actually planning long-term instead of just wasting your money by spending it on useless or less important things. If you keep on saving money from your paychecks, eventually, you could use that capital in investing. By utilizing that money in investing in stocks, you can use it as an asset because now you will be receiving an annual return from dividends. The return will eventually make you wealthy with the power of compound interest. Once you deduct money for your future, then you can plan on spending your remaining cash on your daily essentials and other things such as entertainment. Putting your money in investing can go a long way in helping you retire early. The formula is quite simple. The earlier you invest, the more time the money you invested will have to grow over time with the help of the compounding power. In this way, you can plan on retiring early, but it all starts when you begin to pay yourself first. Proper budgeting. Once you've reserved some money to pay yourself, life gets a lot easier. But you cannot just waste the remaining amount on unnecessary things. In order to spend your money on things that really need to be dealt with, you need to start off with proper budgeting. You'll notice that when we actually don't make a detailed budget about our spendings, we won't even notice where all of our money went. This cycle of getting paid, spending, and then waiting to get paid again will continue if we don't budget our spendings. For example, you need to reserve some money for every activity, and you can't afford to pay more than what you have specified in your budget. Let's just say you're giving $2,000 for all of your utility bills, $1,000 for groceries, and another $1,000 on eating and partying with your friends. That does not mean you can spend more than what you have specified on your budget. It's going to lead you towards a serious financial problem. Planning ahead. Once you've got that money saved up, now the cycle can be broken because you'll always be having something you can afford to fall on, something that can act as an emergency fund. Which avenue you choose to plan for your future does not matter. It can be real estate, it could be stock market investing, or it could be any type of business. What matters is that you can now plan for some form of investment that will reward you in the future. But we at 5-Star Finance believe investing in the stock market and building a passive income portfolio by buying high-quality stocks is the best way to achieve financial freedom. Planning ahead is very important. Change begins when you actually decide that you can no longer rely on the system to change your circumstances. Your future lies within your hands. Reaping the benefits of compound interest. The earlier you start to save money from your paycheck, the earlier you could decide to invest it in your future. Most of the time, value investors fail to reap the benefits of investing because they underestimate the power of the compound interest. Compound interest is what made all those investing tycoon billionaires today. It is a wonder which can be used to its greatest might if discovered and applied early. To put it simply, it means interest on interest. The money you put in will compound over and over, and its growth becomes exponential, like a snowball rolling down a hill. Compound interest is so important for value investors that Warren Buffett attributes his success to his money growing exponentially over a long period of time. It's common for people to argue that they usually cannot save enough money to start investing and reap the benefits of compound interest. Where there's a will, there's a way. You need to be starting somewhere to reach where you want to go. The point will be noted that when you begin early, less effort is required to get that money rolling and compounding over time. For example, if you were to save $1,000 a month over the course of 40 years and invest them in some trusted businesses and companies, your net worth will grow over $6 million, largely because of the compound interest and the average rate of return. To get started with stock market investing, you need to be able to analyze the company behind that stock. But to do that, first you need to know that there are a total of 6 stock categories, and the way to analyze each of them differs. If you want to know everything about them, get our free ebook in the description below. So, what do you think about today's video? Have you planned to start paying for yourself? What is your strategy to reap the benefits of the compound interest? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Check out this video we handpicked for you, and we'll see you in the next one.